Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. I'm not going to review a film or anything like that today. I'm actually going to do kind of a vlog video. I've been doing some of those recently. And I'm going to do it over a tablet. I just recently bought a tablet. I'm just going to kind of show you guys some of the features of it and that whole thing. This is actually a Tersoin model. It's a Google Android. It's not an iPad or anything like that, as you can tell. Like I said, Tersoin Google Android. It's about 10.2 inches big. It's more kind of a widescreen one. Basically, let's talk about some of the basic differences. Some of the basic differences between this Google Android and the iPad. It's not as quick to the touch. You know, the iPad, you can kind of just run your finger over and that sort of thing. With this, you actually have to touch it. You actually are going to have to press your finger a little to it. I'll show you real quick. So if I wanted to bring something up, I would just do that, and you can see how the page goes over. You see, you actually have to touch it. The iPad, you know, you could just be able to do that. This, you actually have to bring your finger across there in a kind of a not a real hard way, but just run your finger across there, and you get the point across, right? So, anyways, that's kind of that. You can see my kind of Lord of the Rings, you know, Hobbit-inspired background. I don't know. I know it's kind of strange. It kind of looks different, but there's a ring, and you can change the color of the flames. You can make them any color you want. You can change the shape of the particle of the flames. You can change the color of the ring. So it's kind of cool. Kind of a, like I said, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit-esque inspired background, since the Hobbit comes out tonight. Anyways, let's talk about some other things that are a little different. Like I said, it's not as thin as the iPad. The iPad is a lot thinner, and one of those reasons is because it has some features on the bottom of it. This right here is a mini micro SD card slot where you can store more information, because this holds about 4 gigs, where you can hold more than 4 gigs of information with that little slot there, up to 32 gig. These two are actually USB ports where you can put hook it up to your laptop, stick a flash drive in there, anything with a USB port you can do that with. We have a headphone slot, of course. We have the charger slot over here, and this is an Ethernet, you know, of course, if you needed to have a wired connection. But this is Wi-Fi accessible, so wired connection isn't really needed unless you just want an overall faster connection to your modem. Let's see. You can do all kinds of stuff with these things. This is, like I said, I have a live wallpaper. You can change your wallpaper at any time. I have sort of a psychedelic clock over here. It's kind of hard to see. You see the kind of rainbow swirl there. I installed it myself. That was not the clock that came with it. I have some other backgrounds too. I guess I can show you guys. Just give me a second. Of course, when you turn it and stuff, it flips. Like I said, it's not as quick. I'll show you. When you would turn an iPad, it would instantly do it. Just give it a few seconds, and like I said, it switches. You got to give it just about 2 or 3 seconds. Of course, it switches, and you can do it in any direction, just like the iPad, though it's not as quick as the iPad. I got this for just a little over $100 off Amazon, like new. So let me show you some of the other backgrounds I have. Let's see. I don't know if the iPad has live wallpapers. I'm not really for sure, but I'll show you some of the other wallpapers I have. I have a black hole wallpaper. Let's give it a second. And I know it's kind of bright because of the video, but pretty much it's like, as you can see, it's circling. The live wallpapers, what it means by live is that they move. And see, I can set that as to my wallpaper. Some other ones we have. Let's see here. It's one of those you kind of have to get used to it. It's not the iPad, you know, you can simply just get out and start touching it. This one you got to get used to a little bit, which isn't bad. I have this Magic Smoke one where you can change the color of the smoke. See how the smoke is kind of a bright bluish in person. Like it's not actually that bright, but because of the video, it looks very bright. Let's see what else we have here. We have, you can change, like I said, you can change the color just by tapping on it, and you can have kind of pretty much whatever color you want. That's pretty much that. Let's see what else we have here. We have a Nexus live wallpaper. Well, you could, wherever you touch, it creates kind of this little snake thing, like kind of like the snake game snake. Wherever you touch, I thought that was kind of interesting. One of my favorites backgrounds is actually the live wallpaper background called water, and wherever you touch the screen, it ripples water, as you can see. Pretty cool, right? I like this one a lot. Let's see what else we have here. We have a kind of a notification, I guess. Let's see. We have this one, which is actually a long ways, and it only looks good long ways because otherwise it really flattens it down when it goes to widescreen. But anyways, this one can do all kinds of stuff. I know it's a little hard to see because it's so bright, but you can touch all different areas. You can touch the cat, and the cat will disappear. And now it's over there. And now it's over there. It'll just keep disappearing to different places. Kind of cool. These pumpkins at the bottom, I don't know if you can see those. Those pumpkins at the bottom will actually go away. And they'll actually regrow if you give them a few seconds. So that's kind of cool. You can turn all the lights off. This one has a lot of different features. One more background I'll show you guys, and I'll show you guys some of the other key features. And this one is also one of my favorite backgrounds. It's the snowfall, and this one looks good either way. Just give it a few seconds to load. It's a Christmas tree background with snow falling. It's a little hard to see the snow. See what angle? There we go. I really like that one. That one's, because it's getting around Christmas time, and I really like that one. It's festive, it's unique, and it's pretty cool. Anyways, forgot to show you guys some of the features on here. Up here we have our volume button and that sort of thing. We have the home and menu button. And this button right here isn't a home button. It's more of a back button that just kind of sends you to the screen you're previously on. Up here is actually the home button. So if you're on the App Store and you want to go home, you just push the home button. You press this, it'll just send you to the previous screen you were on. So I'll show you guys what the internet looks like on here. Up here, if you can look, we have if you look on the corner of the screen, we have the Google. Well, then you would just press Google and just give it a few seconds. And here's what it would look like. Here's what it would look like. You see, you have your keyboard, and let's just say I wanted to go to Amazon. We would just type Amazon. We just click enter. And just give it a second. And here's pretty much what the internet looks like on this thing. You can see up there your tabs and that sort of thing. It's loading a web page right now. Anyways, your web page would be right there. Pretty decently fast. It's not like, it's you gotta give it a few seconds. You can't be expecting it to work like an iPad, because iPads are $600 and these are only about 100. Anyways, my opinion, it's better than an iPad because you're able to. I use this. The reason I got this was so I'm working on a book right now, and I wanted to be able to type my books on the go on this tablet. I didn't want to have to haul around my big old laptop with me. I wanted to be able to carry something that was light, and this is only about 2 pounds. So I wanted to carry something light, and I felt like this was a good thing to use. You can see the apps I have on here. I have apps like IMDb, YouTube, Troma Mobile for all my Troma news, different kind of wallpaper apps, Google Earth over there on the right-hand side, Twitter, of course. You can have games on here, that sort of thing. You guys know the features of a tablet. Anyways, I'll show you guys what the Google Android store looks like. For this tablet, at least. Here's what it looks like. The Google Play Store looks like this. 'Tis the season, right? You got your games over there on this side. You have your apps and music, books. I actually have the full version of the original Dracula book on here. But anyways, let's say you wanted to look at the books. You would just click books. And it sends you right to where you need to go. I actually bought a case for this with a keyboard, and with the keyboard, you can't do this with an iPad. That's the cool thing. With the keyboard, this becomes like a computer, and you can just hook the keyboard in through with the USB ports, and it becomes like a computer, and you can type away by hooking the keyboard up with the USB port. Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, there's your books, and then you would just scroll up, and that whole thing, right? Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, that's all for the vlog video. I just wanted to show you guys my new tablet. This is what I do a lot of my stuff now. You might see this with me in my horror news. I might use this to keep track of all my stuff and that whole thing. Have all my news on here, so you might see me glance back at this and stuff. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching a random vlog video by Centipede Geek. Thanks to all my subscribers. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and I'll see you guys later with another video by Centipede Geek.